All right, let's talk about the 2026 Honda CR-V Hybrid. This thing is a mega popular SUV all over the world, and for good reason. For the new model year, Honda's made some pretty interesting tweaks. So let's jump right in and see what's what. So this really is the million-dollar question, right? How do you make a global bestseller even better without messing it up? With a vehicle this popular, you gotta be smart about it. And for 2026, Honda's approach isn't some crazy overhaul. Nah, it's more of a strategic upgrade. They're dialing up the personality and, this is a big one, packing in more standard tech. Okay, so before we dive into what's new, let's just quickly touch on why the CR-V is such a go-to for so many people. Its whole reputation is built on just being super, super easy to live with, day in and day out. The secret sauce is pretty simple, but it works. You've got that flexible 5-seat layout, which is just perfect for couples or small families. The ride is so smooth and comfy, it really takes the stress out of your commute. And that hybrid system, it's quiet, it's responsive, it all just comes together in this one effortlessly practical package. Yeah, it really nails this idea of being an excellent everyday choice for individuals and families alike. Look, its fame doesn't come from being the fastest or the most stylish car on the block. It comes from being a rock-solid, reliable partner for just getting through the week. Oh, right. So we've established the foundation. Now for the fun part. Let's get into what's actually new for 2026. Honda really honed in on a few key spots to add both style and some real substance. So it really boils down to 3 big things. First up, there's a totally new trim that's got this rugged, adventurous vibe. Second, a huge jump in the standard tech you get on all the hybrids. And third, a few little styling updates to keep things looking sharp. So let's dig into each of those. Okay, the headline news for 2026 has got to be the new Trail Sport trim. This is Honda jumping right on that trend for tougher, more rugged-looking SUVs. I mean, if you want that adventurous look, this is for you. You get these unique 18-inch wheels, all-terrain tires, a beefier front end, plus all these cool blacked-out accents. It's mostly about the look, sure, but man, it's a good look. Now this is a huge deal for your wallet and your sanity. You don't have to shell out for the fanciest trim anymore to get the good tech. For 2026, every single CR-V hybrid gets the big 9-inch touchscreen. And even better, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, and a wireless charging pad are all standard. I mean, come on, that is a game changer for just your daily drive. All right, so you've got this practical, tech-savvy SUV, but what's under the hood? Well, the CR-V hybrid has always been about hitting that perfect balance, right? That sweet spot between having enough power to get around and getting fantastic gas mileage. What you're looking at is Honda's tried and true 2-motor hybrid setup. It's got a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine working together with electric motors. And listen, the whole point here isn't to win drag races. It's all about giving you a quiet, super smooth, and responsive drive that's just perfect for hopping around town or cruising on the highway. And all that adds up to a pretty respectable 204 horsepower. That's a really solid number for this category of SUV, and it gives the CR-V this confident, capable feeling when you're driving. But what's really cool is when you compare it to the regular gas-only CR-V. Check this out. This is one of the best parts about going for the hybrid. You actually get more power. Yep, 14 more horsepower than the standard gas model. So you're getting better performance and you're saving money on gas. I mean, that's literally the definition of a win-win situation. And speaking of saving money, let's talk fuel economy. The big number you need to know is 40 miles per gallon combined. That's for the front-wheel drive version. For an SUV this roomy, that is an absolutely fantastic number. It means you're just spending less time and money at the gas station, week in and week out. So what about getting up to speed? It'll do 0 to 60 in about 7.9 seconds, which, is pretty much right in the middle of the pack for this kind of vehicle. And that just goes to show you what it's built for. It's not a sports car. It's designed to give you smooth, totally fine power for getting on the highway or passing someone. Okay, but here's one little trade-off you absolutely need to know about: towing. The hybrid can pull about 1,000 pounds. The non-hybrid, that one can handle 1,500. So if you're thinking about towing even a small trailer, that's a really important difference to keep in mind. All right, so with all that on the table, which CR-V hybrid is the right fit for you? The good news is Honda's giving you a few different flavors to pick from now. So you've basically got 3 main options in the hybrid lineup. You can think of the Sport L as the sweet spot. the smart money choice that gets you nice upgrades like better sound. Then you've got the new Trail Sport, which we talked about. That's for anyone who loves that rugged outdoorsy look. And then if you're the kind of person who wants all the bells and whistles, you go for the top dog Sport Touring. And if you do decide to splurge on that Sport Touring, they really reward you with some seriously premium stuff. You get a fantastic Bose sound system, Google Maps built right into the dashboard, which is amazing, and bigger 19-inch wheels that just make it look a little more special.
Okay, so let's bring it all together. We've looked at the updates, the performance, the different trims. What's the bottom line on the 2026 CR-V Hybrid?
It really all boils down to a few key things. First, the practicality is just off the charts. We're talking enough room in the back for 11 carry-on suitcases, plus tons of legroom for everyone. The tech upgrades now make every model feel really modern. The hybrid power is just so smooth and efficient. And now with the Trail Sport, there's a version with a real personality for just about anyone. And of course, we gotta talk money. How much is this gonna cost you? Well, the 2026 CR-V Hybrid kicks off at just over 37 grand. And if you go for a fully loaded Sport Touring, you'll be looking at something in the mid-40s. That puts it right smack in the middle of the competition, so it's priced pretty competitively. So when you step back, Honda took something that was already a massive hit and just made it better. They added more tech where it counts and injected a whole lot more personality. So I guess the only real question left is the one you see right here. With its mix of everyday usability and this new adventurous side, could this be the perfect SUV that does it all for you? Thanks for tuning in.